Welcome to today's episode of Scrolling to Death. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Ashley.
Today we're going to talk about something that you may be experiencing on an annual basis. We are going to talk about wishing people a happy birthday on social media. So this has been a gripe of mine for years. I think I removed the public birthday visibility years ago, so people don't get the alert that it's my birthday on Facebook anymore. So
You don't get the text message or the email or the alert on Facebook anymore?
No. If it's someone's birthday that I care for, I'm going to text them or call them directly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yes.
You do that?
Sometimes I even send flowers.
Stop it. Stop it.
Let's ask the question, why are people wishing others a happy birthday on social media? So, number one, let's talk about your kids. So a lot of people are wishing their children a happy birthday on social media. They do a collage of photos, they talk about what they're interested in or something, and they give them love on social media. Sure, seemingly on the surface looks cute. But why are you doing this? Is your kid seeing it?
No.
No, not if your kid is not on social media.
Correct.
So who's it for?
Myself.
Right?
Well, I remember, I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah.
I actually stopped. I think I'm a year and a half off personal social media. But the reason why I did it was because, the reason why I did it was because I wanted people to see how cute my kids were. I'm being real. I'm being real here. I wanted to see how cute my kids are because guess what? They're really dang cute. And I wanted to see who would quote unquote care. And I thought that was a measure of who cares. Oh, if they respond to this or like it, then they must care, right? Over time, I felt delusional about it. And then I thought, why am I putting so much focus on posting cute pictures of my kids saying happy birthday, and my kids aren't seeing it. Right. And I'm just sitting there. Now I'm on social media even more, getting all these notifications, and I'm just reading what people are saying. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. I'm not even telling my kids these people are saying that.
Right. So if you are not communicating what people are saying to the kid, it really is just for the parent, maybe to show how good of a mom you are, how much you love your kids, to get some reinforcement that how good of a job you're doing in raising your kids. And yes, everyone thinks their kids are cute. I assume most people think their kids are cute and want to share their kids. I get that point. It's just crossing a line. I think when it comes to the kids, we're going to do an episode soon on why I don't think you should post your kids on social media. This is an example of just you sharing very personal information about your kid in their birthday, their interests, their faces, and you're exposing them and you're giving away their digital identity and their personal information through these birthday posts that really are not beneficial to your kid in any way.
Right. I think you touched on something right there to show how good of a mom I am. And I think sometimes, especially as moms or even as parents, we don't get a lot of appreciation from our kids, and that's normal, right?
Yeah.
Our kids are very egocentric or very about themselves, right? Again, that's normal. Mm-hmm. And when we post cute pictures of our kids, mm-hmm. wishing them happy birthday, dedicating all this love that we have for them, mm-hmm. we're really wanting other people to know, yeah, I really love my kid. So I had to sit back when I did that, and I'm being real with you and honest. When I did that, I really sat back. I'm like, I love my kids so much. Why do I need other people's validation for that? Why do I need other people's acknowledgement for that?
Yeah.
And why am I feeling the need to check social media to see who said mm-hmm. happy birthday? Because guess what? That's a measurement of if they're...
false measurement,
right? That's a quote-unquote measurement on whether or not...
you're a good mom.
Yeah. Or if they care about my kid.
Yeah.
Right? And then you see it all the time. And I think also a big thing is a pressure. Mm-hmm. You're on social media and everyone posts pictures mm-hmm. of their kid saying happy birthday.
So if you don't do it, then you're the odd one out. You're the one that's not a good enough mom to do a dedication to the kid.
Or maybe I forgot. What really I didn't
right.
forget.
Of course not. But I think also we do a lot of things for our kids, right? Every single day, it's a grind. And I think sometimes I can feel like nobody understands what I've done today. Like I've done 105 things between 6 a.m. and when I, during the school year, drop the kids off at 8:30. And there's these people just rolling out of bed. Don't they know how hard I've worked today? And I think it's just another way to show off. Look at all these things I put together for my kids. Look at how much I love my kids. I work really hard at this and I'm proud of it. So, on that end, like I understand, but we have to stop prioritizing ourselves over our children, and sharing their personal information on social media, number one, is not a good idea. But number two, if it's not beneficial for them and their lives, then why do it? Ask yourself the question, why should I do this thing, exposing their information and likeness on a platform that they're not on and it provides no benefit to them?
Well, and then too, I think a lot of people probably can communicate their love and affection and feelings maybe more deeply on social media than they can in person. And almost like, isn't that kind of sad a little bit, where maybe you do this big dedication about your kid and, hey, happy birthday, I love you so much, and just all of this stuff. And then when you actually see your kid, you don't even tell them any of that.
So let's move to wishing your spouse or your partner a happy birthday on social media. And they may be on social media too. So you may be tagging them, posting cool photos of them, and wishing them a happy birthday. So why are we doing this? Let's ask that question.
Why are we doing this? Are we just like wanting people to know so that they could say happy birthday to our spouse?
Okay, so maybe you're trying to bring in some
awareness
attention.
And attention?
Yeah, like attention to your spouse. So have people start wishing happy birthday on that post so that your spouse sees it and gets some love.
Yeah, or maybe, because exactly, like attention, or we're wanting to just like show everyone our spouse is so amazing.
Right, and look how great our relationship is. It feels a little boasty, right?
Yeah.
And I think I want to challenge...
And it is boasty. Let's just be real. It's boasty.
Right. So what if we challenge people to, why don't you take what you want to post on social media and just send it to your spouse in a text? Tell them, or say verbally, in person. Write it in a card.
Or a letter.
Sit down at dinner and tell them how you feel. It's so much more powerful when done one-on-one, as opposed to blasting it out to all these people that follow you who may or may not have an actual relationship with you on a day-to-day basis, or even know your spouse.
I think one of the dangers too, that if you don't say it in person, but you post it on social media, right? Yeah. The spouse, our spouse, whoever spouses, could also think, well, wait a minute, you said it on social media to everyone, but you didn't say it to me in person. Is that true?
Who's that for?
Right. Who's that for? Is that true? And there's mixed messages, right? Yeah. We tell it to everyone, but then we can't really tell it to our own spouse in person.
Right. And if you have a hard time verbalizing these things,
right,
obviously we said write it in a card, write it in a text message, right? I think when it comes to posting these type of intimate birthday messages to your partner on social media, I think it's more for you than it is for your partner. I think it's to give yourself attention and show off what a good partner you are. That's what it looks like to me when I see it. And I hope people understand that and maybe think twice about it. I'm not saying you're a bad person if you do this. I'm just saying that we're prioritizing social media interactions over face-to-face interactions. And this is an example. Birthdays are an example of this. And I think we need to pull it back and take it more on a one-on-one, like face-to-face.
Absolutely. Let's be more intimate. Let's be more vulnerable.
Are you thinking about the recipient? Is this how the recipient would want to be wished a happy birthday if you're honestly thinking about doing it for their benefit? I think almost every time, no. I think the recipient would prefer a text message, a phone call, flowers, or a card, or take them to dinner, Yeah. But let's talk about friend to friend.
I got a great story for this.
Okay, let's talk about that. So let's talk about wishing your friends a happy birthday on social media. Again, similar to a spouse, you have the option of wishing your friend a happy birthday in a direct way, personalized, or
indirect way,
social media.
Yeah.
Right. Those are our options here. So why do people choose to do it on social media, do you think?
Probably because they're too busy.
It's the easier, quicker way.
Easier, quicker, and I feel like it's just like a check mark.
Yeah.
Happy birthday with a birthday cake emoji.
Right. Is that easier though than sending a text message? I think people are afraid of crossing that line. Like it's pretty intimate to text someone directly happy birthday, like have a one-on-one interaction.
Yeah, because then it's going to continue. Maybe they don't know. How's the conversation going to go?
Yeah.
Am I opening the door for a more bigger conversation? Like, right. Oh, how are you? Right. How's the family? Hey, haven't talked to you in a while,
Yeah. So it's just a one-way conversation.
Correct.
It's a one-way message. Is happy birthday to you. I don't want anything back from you.
Right. Happy birthday to you. Wish you well. Good luck.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah.
And how do you choose which friends you're wishing happy birthday to on social media? Because you're not going to wish, say you have 20 friends. I mean, are you wishing all 20 friends a happy birthday on social media? Are you keeping track of it?
See, that's the thing is like, I think people could pick and choose, or maybe they just want to do only social media.
So when it comes to which friends you're wishing happy birthday on social media, can it feel a little bit like a popularity contest?
For sure.
Like
Absolutely.
The ones you choose are the ones who maybe are more active on social media, or just maybe more someone you want to associate with publicly. Could that be a thought process, do you think, when you're choosing who you want to wish happy birthday to on social media subconsciously? Yeah, just we don't have all the answers here. It's just questions that have come to my mind around why are we doing this, right?
Absolutely. It's critically thinking about this. Actually, you reminded me of this awesome story. Probably when I was in college, I think just after college, I had this really, really close friend, and she would post pictures on social media wishing her other friends happy birthdays.
Yeah.
And so my birthday came about, right? And I was like, oh, this good friend is going to post a picture of me and say happy birthday. And the friend never did. Mm-hmm. And so I instantly thought, am I not good enough for that post? She did text me and do something personal, right? Mm-hmm. But there was this question, a little bit of comparison that I think we naturally do, but I think I was in this point of a little self-doubt where I was like, wait a second, is it more important when you post a friend's picture online and say happy birthday? Is that more important than actually calling them and spending time with them? Or why are they doing it with these other friends and not me? Is there something wrong with me?
Who do you want to be seen with? And who do you want to be associated with in a public way for people to see? And that's who you choose, who you're going to post about? Does it feel like that?
Yeah. And I also, but see, like that was where my mind was spiraling. My thoughts were spiraling. And I'm like, this is what social media is doing to me. You know what I mean? Like I'm on here and I'm wasting my time comparing like whether or not this friend likes me as much as all these other people, right? Or I'm sitting there wondering like, is in-person interactions more meaningful than a post with a picture? Well, of course, in-person interactions are more meaningful.
But this has you second guessing that,
right?
Which is insane,
right?
Yeah,
and that's what social media does with a lot of this stuff. Is it makes you second guess things?
Yes, and if your friend was to be texting other friends happy birthday, you wouldn't know about that, so there would be no comparison. Right. But because some people were receiving social media messages on their birthday or posts and you weren't, there was a direct comparison of why is this person choosing that over this for me? Yeah. And it makes you feel bad.
Yeah.
And if social media time spent is making you feel bad, then you need to shut it off.
Shut it off. Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. You know what? Like, don't look at it. You know what? I want to challenge you guys, okay? When it's your birthday, don't look at social media. See who reaches out to you via text message. See who reaches out to you that want to spend time with you one-on-one. I think that is so meaningful and so important.
Because I think this, especially with Facebook. So Facebook alerts people of a user's birthday, right? And then that person, the birthday person, gets a flood of non-personalized, like HBD, happy birthday messages all day long. And that can be super overwhelming for a person. Like, do I need to comment, reply to each of these? Can I just like them? Like, to weed through them can be overwhelming. And these are a lot of people that you may even not know very well.
Right.
You don't speak to anymore. So it can feel kind of uncomfortable.
And weird. A little weird.
Right. And let's remember what Facebook is doing here. So birthdays are a profit center for Facebook. So when it's someone's birthday, they blast it out because it encourages tons of engagement.
Correct.
And what does that bring for them? It brings profits. It gets more eyeballs and engagement on their platform and brings them profit.
And then also, whoever comments on that post, they're getting notifications. So all these people are getting notifications to come back to this particular post.
Right. And what if you didn't get as many birthday messages as last year? I remember thinking that specifically. I don't think I went and counted, but I remember it dropping off as I stopped becoming active on Facebook, but I still had it. And it made me feel bad then too.
Right.
You know, I had to come to the realization that by me departing from social media, which I eventually did, I'm not going to get as much attention on my birthday. And you know what? I am totally okay with that now because the interaction that I get from my close friends that's personalized is so much more valuable than these random people messaging me on Facebook that I maybe went to high school with or met somewhere during college.
Yeah. Well, and then you get to focus on those connections at home. You get to focus on those specific, meaningful connections for your birthday. And instead of checking your social media, like multiple times a day,
refreshing all day,
right? Wondering why one friend said happy birthday to that person and not you, right?
Right. It's so interesting, and I think such a waste of time.
Total waste of time. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your happy birthday. Do you?
Right.
Yeah. Another thought is, what if there's like ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends, ex-relationships, ex-friendships, and then they're wishing you a happy birthday on social media when you haven't been talking to them? So then it also, again, leaves like a lot of interesting thoughts and questions.
Can bring up emotions, right? Like you can bring up emotion that you didn't want to deal with that day.
Of course.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with the awkwardness of an ex-partner like reaching out to me via social media like, happy birthday, hope it's good, and you're just like, wait, why are you doing that?
We're not friends.
We're not friends. Sorry.
And I would say that the excess of birthday content on social media devalues the birthday itself. Your birthday is supposed to be a very special day for you, right? And if you are getting flooded with irrelevant and unpersonalized messages, it takes away from the specialness of the birthday, I think. So if we get back to sending personalized messages to people's phones directly or sending cards, and it's as easy as setting a reminder in your calendar. I have all my friends' birthdays set as an annual repeat on my calendar, and when you're looking ahead to your next week and you see what you have coming up, you'll see that person's birthday. You can send them a card, or I didn't notice it till today, just send them a text message or give them a quick call. Also, they have same day flower delivery.
But let's stop depending on social media to remind us, right?
Yes.
Let's take initiative, put it in our calendar.
Stop it.
Stop
relying on social media. We need to create some separation between our day-to-day lives and social media platforms. To wrap this up, if you have the feeling like you want to wish somebody a happy birthday, please consider doing it in a personal way rather than on social media, and then assess whether you think that was more valuable to the recipient.
But then also, I think my challenge would be, if it's your birthday, don't even look at social media. Be at home with your loved ones. Be around the people that you feel connected with and share your birthday with them. Be in the moment. Be present with them on your birthday.
Thank you for being part of this conversation.
We hope you have a few extra seconds to click follow and give us a 5-star rating.
And let's meet where you're at, which right now is likely Instagram. Give us a follow and let's talk there.
Thank you for listening to Scrolling to Death.